We sort of are doing this. All right, so you're putting all the hinge movement right here. We need to put more hinge right here so that you can have the tip of the baton be clear. Can we do this again? Can we do that as a yellow light? So it's going to be hold, bumpy. Okay. Okay? Yeah. So palm down, more wrist, put everything at the tip of the baton. All right.
So does it stretch on one?
Well, you could stretch. I mean, it's just a hold. Then there's definitely a release, and the release is going to be your prep. So it's hold, prep, bumpy.
Is this 16?
This is beginning.
Oh.
It's almost the same. No, it's not quite.
So will it look like?
Hold, off, bumpy. Yeah, yellow.
Okay.
Beginning, please. This, all right? And the reason is this is more fluid still, especially in a chorale. All right? See, I'm not even moving my elbow really. Okay. Good. Let's do work on these things at the end, and then we're going to do a little bit of some expression stuff. I'll introduce some left-hand stuff with guinea pig Greg. It alliterates. So, all right, here it is. 16. We'll do some green light. So what the impulse of will, we need to make sure we're looking at everybody. Ready? Here it is. What is my doing? Perfect. Right, you all knew that I wanted you to get louder, right? You were sensing it, but you were afraid to? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. One more time. Impulsive will. They just want to know when to move, right? Communicate. And up. But you helped, which was good. So you need to make sure that you're in everybody's eyes. You don't need this, right? You got this?
Yeah.
Sure. You screw up. It's okay. I'm trying to get you to make sure that you're looking at everybody and communicating with everybody. Musically. All right. Again. 16. The fermata. The first fermata.
So this one going to be a green light?
Everything's green light. Okay. Just the two fermata, both green light. So it's la-di-da. Okay, right. just stick to some of the chorale. Maybe we'll have Greg sight read with the new music. But left hand, there's nothing really special about the left hand. I think, you know, Zach was talking about they said put your hand curled like what did he say? I didn't read the left hand stuff because I do my own left hand thing.
Together but not squeezing.
Together but not squeezing together. All it is just a natural, when you use your left hand, having a natural cupped feel. Is that what it is? So I mean, when you stick, just hold your hand out, just don't do anything. What does it look like? Put your palm up. It's a cup feel, right? Are we trying to put our fingers together? Is that natural? Does that look normal? No. And when you put your hand palm down, we don't do this naturally, right? Do we naturally do this? Do we naturally do this? I mean, it's like put your hand out, boom. So that's that natural cup feel with fingers not together. All right. Why is that? Because this looks genuine, right? As opposed to this. But that means that has some bit of information if you see that. I want, like this, we're going to do something versus this. So I think this is just the neutral hand, the left hand is I think what Stoddard is talking about. So what does that mean? When we communicate with our left hand, that are neutral versus things that you can do to it. And there's some really easy things. So check this out. I'm going to do some slightly, beginning please. Begin. And I'm just going to use my left hand for something. I don't know. So that's what I do with that left hand. I'm going to try a different left hand. Same thing. Ready? Here's the neutral left hand. Just watch this. Nothing really. So the strength of starting with neutral means everyone got vanilla. We're adding some chocolate syrup and the cherry. There it is, right? So that's the strength of using a neutral cupped hand, I think is what Stoddard is trying to say. All right, so we're just going to experiment with left hand stuff. Cool? You don't have to awkwardly stick your hand out like I just did. All right, but when you do have your hand, you can either have our hand right here. Here's why I don't like this. Check this out. Here it is. Ready? Motion going from here to here. All I wanted to do was hold that fermata out and have some sort of character with it. I see some people do this. They put their hand on there like they have a stomach ache. I don't necessarily like that. All right, what does this look like? Here it is. Ready? 16. Why people do this? It's just awkward. What do you do with the left hand? So I usually leave it available. Check this out. This is what I normally do. Ready? Because you can do this. You don't really notice it when it's right here, but when you're not used to using two hands when you conduct, it's sort of awkward having it there. All right. The worst thing you can do, well, it's not terrible, is to mirror. What I mean by mirror is you're going to just like your left hand is mirroring your right hand. So check this out. I'll mirror for a little bit. What kind of information is the left hand doing? How impactful was that after I mirrored? You just played it. Did it?
Yeah, it wasn't
It was
dramatic.
Right.
As the first one because
Right.
it was already the same height, I think.
It's the same height. All you see is left hand.
Right.
So it's just like when your parents yell at you. when they yell at you for like a long period of time, you tend to tune it out?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's exactly what left hand does. You tune it out. Does that make sense? Okay. So, however, some mirroring does help, and check this out. I'll mirror one particular measure. Ready? Now I mirrored 3 beats. What did I do? I showed specific information with them, right? What did I do?
Staccato.
Like, emphasized it, yeah, I emphasized it. And they played shorter because I did this. So I did do a staccato and I emphasized. So the power of the left hand is really important. All right, so this week's stuff, we're gonna stick to this, to do left hand with this, but on Wednesday maybe we'll pick out of a hat, because whenever we start over here, then you sit over here, you get to learn everything. Learning curve's really high, you know, and over here it's like, oh, I got it, you know. So maybe we'll just go the other way around tomorrow or on Wednesday. But so we're just gonna do this first line. Why don't you practice the first fermata being the peak of the phrase, and the second fermata being the low part of the phrase.
Okay.
Cool? And this is total sandbox. And what I need from you guys, and the fact that we know this really well is very going to be helpful. Do exactly what Greg is telling you to do. Or if you don't know what he's telling you what to do, don't do anything. Just play the music. Does that make sense? That means you got to know the music, and you got to know what you want to do with your left hand. Cool? Here, what did we see? What did we see? You did what he did, asked you to do, right? So
There's just some hesitancy after the first release.
the big gave that away, right? Yeah, but there's more than just the though, is what you're getting at, right?
Right, yeah. And I think it was just, you know, without the would have been nice if it was maybe like more like flowing into the next beat.
Yeah,
And it's really hard to do because I remember like listening.
This is really hard to do. You're doing a good job. And I made it look really easy, by the way, too.
Yeah.
I'm like weeks away from getting a doctorate degree in conducting. Weeks, which is awesome. I have to do a paper. I have to go on the 14th, 15th, if not, I'll have it. But, so I know I made this look really easy, and it's not. This is really hard. Obviously, they give doctorate degrees in this stuff. You know, there's some challenge to this. True story. To make something real natural, you need to have some flow in it, right? I think that goes with everything we do. Flow, the word flow, I think it's kind of a general term, but you're right. I think you need to flow into the fermata a little bit more. Build into it, follow through. Do you do sports, golf, baseball?
I try.
Me too. I'm terrible. Or like it's March Madness. Like if you're gonna make a basket if you're gonna at the foul line, you got to follow through, right? You know, with you know that thing. Don't analyze mine. How I just anyway. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you don't follow through, you're not gonna make a basket, right? If you don't follow through your golf swing, you know, like because it's not gonna go where you want it to go until you follow through. It's the same thing with music. If you don't follow through with what gesture you give, musically it's not gonna fall through. So, can I demonstrate?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just for everybody as well. Watch how I build up to this and how I build down to that. All right. I went through the whole thing. I build up one, I build up, and then I went long, gong. I knew we have a cadence here, and then I kept going, boom, B. Then I turned my hand around, boom, B, boom. I went close to my bass. soft. Cool? And that felt very real, organic, not fake. A little bit. All right? Fake is like loud, soft, loud. And that's okay. If we're all in that situation in this room right now. We don't necessarily know how to connect an organic, we're working on that with this unit. Next week's more left-hand stuff too. All right, so this is just sandbox, all right? So, one more time. Cool?
I had to think about it.
How do you do?
Good.
Good. Here's what I saw. I don't think the hands were what actually made me believe that you wanted a crescendo and a decrescendo. I think it was do you agree with me? Because if you're watching the hands, he was doing this. You gotta do more of these things, okay? Just to control that. But did that get in the way with you guys? No, because I think there's other things because you believe what you wanted. And this is so true with when you play an instrument, when you play solo, when you conduct, when you have a presentation, a verbal presentation, you need to know what you want and what your audience to hear, right? And I thought you did a nice job of that. Now we did practice this line for like 10 minutes already, so I know something might have happened. But anyway, let's do the whole chorale, all right, and just play around with left hand stuff.
Okay.
These kind of things tend to be more subtle things. This is more sharp, angular. This is anything closer to your face, I think tends to be more intimate, softer, all right? Even just, check this out. Here it is. I'm gonna do something very simple. Watch this. It's a lot of- I know you're running out of bow. I know. Okay. Here's that fermata. Ready? First fermata. Ready? And. So what I do? So when I turn my hand over, what the sound sort of did. I mean, it's hard to do on a guitar. It's like. I made it go louder. So it's the same thing with the piano. I was like. So it was really voices, trumpet, and 3-string and 2-string players. So it was a little hard to do, but I think you got the idea though, right? And you wanted to go louder, right? So those of you that are singing, overdo when we do these dynamics things, because I know we'll need some help, especially people that do this. All right, so what did I do? Loud, soft, loud, soft, loud, soft. That's just one hinge thing, Loud to that, soft to this, soft to this. There's some cool left-hand things that you can do. All right, so just play in the sandbox, whether it makes sense or not. Can you do we've done this so long, hopefully you don't need to look at the music too much. Just watch Greg and just let him just go in the sandbox for a little bit. Cool? Oh, I'm screwing up the. That's okay. When your hands are sort of available, try to make them as nondescript as possible. We sort of had our hand out like this. What does this tell you as a musician? Well, I don't know what does it tell you something? I don't know. Not really, but this definitely means nothing, right? If you're showing information like this versus having your hand out like this, that almost means, makes me want to do a crescendo almost, or something. All right. Also, when you have like knuckles and angles like this, it's sort of this 12-tone music. Yes. Stuff like that. Greg, nice job. Nice job. All right. So we have 9 minutes. We're gonna play with left hand stuff with this crowd.